Okay, good morning everyone. So today we are going to discuss with next property, that is electromagnetic force. Already we have seen the definition of electromagnetic force, right? So what do you mean by electromagnetic force? Electromagnetic force is nothing but it is clearly visible, no? Or shall I take the camera still more front? It is visible clearly on board whatever I have written. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So next we have that is electromagnetic force. Already we have discussed what do you mean by electromagnetic force. It is the force between here what happens when a charges are moving. When charges are moving, that time the electric current is produced. That is nothing but electric field. We have taken one small simple circuit example also. So suppose AB is a wire. This is connected to battery and here we have a plug key. So when current is passed through it, when current is passed through this circuit, what happens? The electric current is flowing in this. This will produce electric current. So that is nothing but electric field is produced. That is nothing but electric field is produced. So if you place a compass nearby this, it will show deflection. Compass is nothing but Diksuchi. We call it as Diksuchi. So when you place compass nearby it, it will show some deflection. So that indicates that there is a magnetic field. So when this will show deflection, deflection means what? Whatever the needle is there inside this that is a compass, it will tilt little, it will change the position. So that is nothing but there is a presence of magnetic field. There is a presence of magnetic field. So here the force of attraction between this electric field and the magnetic field, the force of attraction or the force between the moving charges and the magnetic field is known as what? That is it is known as electromagnetic force. It is known as electromagnetic force. So definition we have already discussed. I told you today we are going to discuss with properties. So properties, which are the properties of electromagnetic force, we will see. So the first property is, so better if you compare and study all the properties of gravitational force along with the electromagnetic force, then it will be easy for you. So whenever you people are studying properties or distinguish differences, ऐसे कभी भी पढ़ते हो ना, better compare and study so that you can remember it easily. So what you have, the first property, ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स में फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी कौन सा सीखा था हमने? इट इज ऑलवेज अट्रैक्टिव इन नेचर. ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स इज ऑलवेज अट्रैक्टिव इन नेचर. So in case of electromagnetic force, it is attractive and repulsive. The electromagnetic force, it is attractive as well as repulsive force, because sometimes we define, if you see some different textbook, so electromagnetic force, some people will define it as it is the force between the charges. ऐसे भी बोलते हैं हम लोग. Force between the charges is also called as electromagnetic force. Actually उसमें क्या होता है? Electrostatic force होता है वो. मगर if you see some textbook, it is defined in this way also. The force between the charges at rest, it is also called as electromagnetic force in some of the textbook. So because of that reason, it is both attractive as well as repulsive in nature. Attractive in the sense they will come close to each other. Repulsive in the sense they are going away from each other. So that is the first property, that is it is both attractive and repulsive. This is your first property. Okay. So next we will see the second property. So second property, here I'll say it is a long range force. It is also a long range force. Your electromagnetic force is also a long range force. Yes, very good. That is, it is a, so it is a long range force. Then next we will see it is a central force. Few students have seen already the properties of electromagnetic force. Very good. So the third property, I'll take it as it is also a central force. Anybody remember what do you mean by central force? You can unmute and you can tell me what is central force. Or else you can type. I told you these all definitions in the first gravitational force. When we were discussing, I told you all the properties explanation.
It is
Ma'am,
a
it
central
attracts
force
through
because
center.
The
Force which attracts from center.
or you can say the force acting along the center of the masses. The force acting along the center of the line joining or along the center of the mass. Such a force is called as what? Central force. So here, electromagnetic force, it is both attractive and repulsive. It is a long range force. It is a central force. It is also a central force. One more common property we have, that is, it is also a conservative force. Your electromagnetic force, this is also, I hope you can see here, that is, it is also a conservative force. Electromagnetic force is also a conservative force. One more common property we have, that is, it also obeys that stronger than the, yes, so it will also obey the inverse square law. This will also obey the inverse square law. This will also obey the inverse square law. See all the properties. So what you can, how you can remember the properties, your gravitational force properties and electromagnetic force properties, there is no much difference in both. Here these are common. See, gravitational force is also long range force. This is also long range force. It is a central force. It is conservative force. This also obeys inverse square law. Only the difference is it is both attractive and repulsive in nature. Here one student is telling me that it is stronger than the gravitational force. That is absolutely correct answer. So this electromagnetic force, it is stronger than the gravitational force. So these are the properties of what? Electromagnetic force. This is the properties of electromagnetic force. Here I am saying that it is stronger than the gravitational force. If you refer some of the this textbook, reference textbook, there you have this electromagnetic force. Your electromagnetic force is 10 raised to 36 times. Your electromagnetic force, it is 10 raised to 36 times stronger than the gravitational force. Your electromagnetic force, it is 10 raised to 36 times stronger than the gravitational force. So these are the properties of what? Your electromagnetic force. It is both attractive and repulsive in nature. It is a long range force. It is a central force. It is also a conservative force. Then it obeys inverse square law. Sixth one you can take, it is stronger than the gravitational force. So if you go for some competitive exam, there you will get such type of question. Electromagnetic force stronger than the gravitational force means how much time it is stronger? It is approximately 10 raised to 36 times stronger than the gravitational force. I hope the properties of electromagnetic force are clear to you. You have any doubt or difficulty? You want me to explain any of the point once again? कौन सा पॉइंट एक और बार एक्सप्लेन करना है? और यू पीपल अंडरस्टूड ऑल द प्रॉपर्टीज? हियर नथिंग न्यू वी आर स्टडिंग. एवरीथिंग वी हैव लर्न द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स, जस्ट वी आर रिवाइजिंग. ऐसे ही हो रहा है वो, क्योंकि सभी सेम ही है. ओके Okay, so next examples we will see. In case of gravitational force, we have seen some examples. Examples in the sense, gravitational force is responsible for which all phenomena. For example, that Earth is holding this atmosphere, correct? Earth is holding the atmosphere, that is because of the gravitational force. I told you people to search what do you mean by tides, TIDES. Fifth one, once again, what is that meaning? Okay. All the properties are clear, no, Suvarna? Fifth property is it obeys inverse square law. Inverse square law we have discussed in the gravitational force. Means the force between two bodies, it is inversely proportional. For example, if you have If you have two bodies here, these two bodies are separated by a distance of r. Here force is acting between these two bodies, that I'll take it as F. This force is inversely proportional. Inversely proportional, how we write? Proportionality symbol. This 1 divided by inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. This we call it as what? Inverse square law. Your electromagnetic force obeys this inverse square law. That is the fifth property. Okay. Okay, what we were discussing, that is examples for electromagnetic force, examples for gravitational force we have seen. So examples for electromagnetic force, can you tell me any example? Just guess. Here, if you see, if one or two atoms bound together, if one or two atoms are bounding together, so that is because of this electromagnetic force. That is because of this electromagnetic force. Okay, so this one example you can take, or you can consider between the charge and the
Okay.
magnet. That is also example for electromagnetic force. Then if atoms and molecules are held together, atoms and molecules are held together, that is called as, that is because of electromagnetic force. These examples are not important for you, just to understand how this electromagnetic force is there in the universe. Okay. Right, so this is regarding the electromagnetic force. You just remember the properties. Examples you will not get in your exam because it is not there in NCERT textbook also. So these are what? Electromagnetic force and its properties. Then the third force, which is the third force which we have seen? Which is the third force? It is
Strong nuclear force.
strong nuclear force. So the third force which we are going to discuss today, that is strong nuclear force. So here, strong nuclear force we are going to discuss now. What do you mean by this strong nuclear force? Very simple definition. As you know that atom. So this is one atom. This atom consists of nucleus. This is what? Your nucleus. Okay. So electrons किधर रहते हैं? Electrons are revolving in this orbit. Correct? Electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Within the nucleus, nucleus में क्या रहता है बोलो? Within the nucleus, what you have? Within the nucleus, what you people have?
Protons.
Protons and? Okay. So within the nucleus, you people will be having protons and neutrons. Protons and neutrons. Do you know what is this protons and neutrons are called as? This protons and neutrons together, it is called as? You have studied? Yes or no? If not, I'll tell. No, protons are positively charged. That is correct. इसको एक वर्ड बोलते हैं हम लोग, प्रोटॉन्स और न्यूट्रॉन्स को टुगेदर वी कॉल इट एज समथिंग. इफ यू नो यू टेल, अदरवाइज आई विल टेल. आयॉन्स नहीं बोलते उसको. So the protons and neutrons together, it is called as nucleons. Protons and neutrons together, it is called as nucleons. Are you getting? So here in the atom, within the nucleus, protons and neutrons are there. So this protons and neutrons together, we call it as what? Nucleons. It is called as nucleons. Remember this word. Okay. And the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. So this much concept you remember in chemistry. So you have atoms chapter, in that you will study this in detail. The protons and neutrons are together called as what? Nucleons. So if you want spelling, I'll write here. Okay, it is visible. So उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Protons and neutrons together it is called as nucleons. Now, what do you mean by this strong nuclear force? The force between this, the force holding this protons and neutrons together, the force which is holding this protons and neutrons together, that force we call it as what? Strong nuclear force. Such a force is called as what? Strong nuclear force. Is it clear? Very simple definition. Here, this is protons are positively charged and your neutrons are न्यूट्रल इन नेचर. न्यूट्रॉन्स को पॉजिटिव चार्ज भी नहीं है, नेगेटिव चार्ज भी नहीं है, वो न्यूट्रल है, उसके ऊपर कोई भी चार्ज नहीं है. न्यूट्रॉन्स आर हैविंग ओनली मासेस. न्यूट्रॉन्स को सिर्फ मासेस रहते हैं, उसको चार्ज नहीं रहता. पॉजिटिव भी नहीं है वो, नेगेटिव भी नहीं है. इट इज न्यूट्रल इन नेचर, वो न्यूट्रल है. पता चल रहा है? So here to hold this one, to hold this whatever force is required, that force we call it as what? Strong nuclear force. To hold the protons and neutrons together within the nucleus, whatever force is responsible, that force we call it as what? Strong nuclear force. Are you getting? What do you mean by strong nuclear force? फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू वॉन्ट टू पुश एनी ऑब्जेक्ट, मतलब अभी डोर ऐसे ओपन करना है, यू नीड टू अप्लाई सम फोर्स. यू वॉन्ट टू पुश इट इन द आउटवर्ड डायरेक्शन, देन ऑल्सो यू नीड टू अप्लाई सम फोर्स. मतलब इन दिस यूनिवर्स वॉट एवर वर्क यू नीड टू डू, you need to apply some force. The force is responsible for that. So the here new protons and neutrons are holding in within the nucleus. Which force is responsible for that? Strong nuclear forces responsible for that. Is it clear? What do you mean by strong nuclear force? The force between the protons and neutrons is known as strong nuclear force, or the force within the nucleons is known as strong nuclear force. Simple language mein. Is it clear? The force holding the protons and neutrons inside a nucleus is known as strong nuclear force. More than 4 to 5 times I have repeated the statement. I hope it is clear to everyone. Yes? Is it clear? Ayesha, can you tell me? You just unmute yourself and repeat the statement.
The force which is holding protons and neutrons
The
together
force
within the
holding
nucleus is called strong nuclear force.
Okay, thank you. So that is what? The force which is holding protons and neutrons together, that is called as strong nucleus force. Now, next we are going to discuss the properties of this strong nuclear force. So, you can just imagine that within the nucleus, this force is there. Even though it is the short range force, even though it is a short range force, it is the strongest force in nature. It is the strongest force in nature. So here in this one line, I told you two properties. Which is that two property? Can you guess? We'll see. Concentration कितना है आप लोगों का देखेंगे.
Range. Force.
It is the strongest force in nature. One more property I said in that.
It is a short range
Short
force.
range force. Yes, very good. So here in one line I told you two properties. That is, it is the short range force. Second one, it is the strongest force in nature. So till now whatever we have discussed in this lesson, already 2 marks are there with you, because in this whatever we have discussed regarding fundamental property, either you will get question from fundamental properties, which is the strongest force in nature, which is the weakest force in nature. So here it is of 2 marks question. Strongest force is strong nuclear force, weakest force is gravitational force. ये आपका 2 marks का एक question fix है आपके पास अभी. One more question. Write the example which relates physics, technology and society. So these are the most expected questions in your annual exam as well as for your midterm exam. So already 2 marks are there with you. So whatever we are further studying, no, this is like, suppose if they change the question paper, these questions will be asked, like that it is. So already 2 marks are there with you. Concentrate properly. It is a short range force. It is the strongest force in nature. You can take one more property, that is third property is it is stronger than both your electromagnetic force as well as gravitational force. It is stronger than both electromagnetic as well as gravitational force. That is the third property. Then the last property is it does not obey inverse square law. It will not obey your inverse square law. आपको पता है inverse square law क्या है अभी? So it will not obey the inverse square law. It is not a central force. You can say it is a non-central force. So these are the few properties of what? That is strong nuclear force. Is it clear, everyone? And it is always attractive in nature. It is always attractive in nature. So these are the properties of strong nuclear force. It is always attractive in nature. It is the short range force. It is strongest force in the nature. It is stronger than the gravitational force and the electromagnetic force. It is non-central force. Then you can also take one more property. It does not obey the inverse square law. It does not obey the inverse square law. So these are the properties of what? Strong nuclear force. These are the properties of strong nuclear force. Is it clear, everyone? So till strong nuclear force, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Weak nuclear force. So the fourth property is weak nuclear force. So what is this weak nuclear force? This weak nuclear force, if you have studied radioactivity concept, you will understand. Otherwise, little you will feel difficulty in understanding this. You have studied radioactivity phenomena, radioactivity. I'll show you what is that radioactivity. Uranium atom you have, uranium, okay. So uranium you can take it as 92, how they will write it, that is 92, 236 plus. This uranium, when it is bombarded with neutron, or when it will hit the neutron, it will give you some elements like krypton, boron, plus appears only in certain nuclear process. No, okay. No. Okay, just idea I'll give you. What is this radioactivity phenomena? In second year, you people study radioactivity. So here what they will say, in periodic table, you have 118 elements. In that heavier nucleus मतलब उसका atomic number ज़्यादा रहता है. So उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Heavier nucleus. For example, uranium. When this uranium, its atomic number is 92. So when this uranium is bombarded in the sense they will hit together. So you will interact uranium atom with the neutron. उसको ऐसे interact किए तो क्या होता है? You will get krypton, boron, xenon. So like that some elements you people will get. इसको A reaction में क्या मिलता है आपको? Some elements you people will get. So whatever elements you are getting, those elements are called as daughter nuclei. उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Daughter nuclei बोलते हैं. The force between this elementary particles, during radioactivity decay of a radioactive substance. I told you already, if you people don't know radioactivity phenomena, little you will feel difficulty in this, but I'll try my best to convince you. Here, this is what? This is your radioactive substance. This is a radioactive substance. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Radioactive. मतलब ऐसे, okay, let it be all this. So if you keep uranium, what it will do? It will give you out radiations. ये हमको radiations देते हैं. That radiations are alpha, beta, gamma. So alpha, beta, gamma are some radiations which are emitted by this radioactive substances. Okay. So when such a radioactive substances are bombarded with neutron, it will give you some elementary particles. It will give you some elementary particles. The force between these elementary particles and the radioactive substance is known as weak nuclear force. Is it clear? Once again I'll explain. When your uranium मतलब heavier nucleus, periodic table में 90 के ऊपर जो है उसको हम heavy nucleus बोलते हैं. So when those heavy nucleus is bombarded with neutron, you have heard about this what do you call that this in Kaiga you people have the radioactive this one, what you can say, they will generate the electricity. See, radioactive plants, nuclear power plant, sorry, nuclear power stations, correct? So whatever that nuclear plants are there, so there they will use this phenomena. By this large amount of energy is generated, usse hum electricity form karte hain. So that is nothing but radioactivity phenomena here. So when this heavy nucleus is bombarded with neutron, it will give you some elementary particles. The force between this elementary particles with the radioactive substance, इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, radioactive substance बोलते हैं. The force between them is known as weak nuclear force. Is it clear? Means in this reaction, right side or left side का जो भी ऐसे elements है, the force between them, it is called as what? Weak nuclear force in simple language. But in exam, you are not supposed to use this simple language. How you need to write? That is the force between weak nuclear force. It is the force between elementary particles during radioactive decay. इस process को हम क्या बोलते हैं बोलो? Radioactive decay बोलते हैं. What is that radioactive decay? Heavy nucleus is bombarded with neutron. It will give you some elementary particles. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Radioactive decay process. उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Radioactive decay process. So during this radioactive decay process, you will get some elementary particles and you have radioactive substance. इसके बीच में जो force है, the right hand term and the left hand side terms, whatever terms are there, the force between them, it is called as weak nuclear force. You are feeling it difficulty because you have not studied radioactive decay process. So you people will feel it as difficulty. So what you people do today after class, you can just Google or you can just see in the YouTube what do you mean by, means radioactive decay करके type करो, you will understand that phenomena. Once you understand that phenomena, no, then this definition will be very easy for you. Is it clear? No, actually in textbook they have not given whatever you are telling me, that is it is the force between neutronic and electronic force. That is not weak nuclear force. In textbook you don't have such definition. We need to go according to your NCERT only. Okay. Okay. So definition last once again I'll repeat. The force between, it is the force between elementary particles, इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Elementary particles. The force between the elementary particles during radioactive decay. This complete process is called as radioactive decay. The force between elementary particles during the radioactive decay with radioactive substance, is known as weak nuclear force. And